Okay, everybody, welcome back. So we have today the Algebra 2, 717276 quiz. I'm going to get right to it. Evaluate the expression without using a calculator. The first 15 problems on this are just without a calculator. So keep that in mind, okay? You can use your chart. Please have that. It'll help you. The 4 through 256. Use your chart. The answer is 4. Done. Move on, okay? Number 2, the cubed root of negative 27. What number times itself 3 times gives you negative 27? The answer is negative 3. I do not need an I here because it's an odd-powered root. Keep that in mind. Okay, I'm rewriting this. The negative chills out front, and I'm rewriting this as the 4th root of 16 raised to the 5th power. Alright, the 4th root of 16 gives me 2. 2 to the 5th power is 32, and that negative comes back at the end, negative 32. Okay, step by step by step. Here, work inside your parentheses first. Don't ever forget your order of operations. Cube root of negative 125 is negative 5. Raise to the negative 4th power. Negative exponent, you flip it. Okay, that makes your exponent positive, not what's underneath it. Now, negative 5 to the 4th power gives me 625. 1 over 625. Very good. Okay, next one. Negative chills out front, worry about the inside. Negative exponent, I'm flipping this. 1 over 144 raised to the 3/2 power. 1 over. This can be rewritten as the square root of 144 cubed. Okay, so negative 1 over square root of 144 is 12. 12 to the 3rd power. This is one that you might want to have in your chart, just in case. 1,728. Okay, cool. Moving on. Again, this is all just using chart, and it's all just properties of exponent, nothing too sinister. Down here, number 6. Negative exponent, I flip it, but I'm already down low, which means you flip it back up top. So I get 3 to the 4th up top, easy as can be. Use your chart, 81. You don't have to memorize those numbers, you just have to know how to use the properties. Okay, same base over top of one another. I turn it into one base. Take your top exponent minus your bottom exponent. 2/3 minus 5/3. That gives me negative 3/3, which is equivalent to negative 1. Which I'm not done yet because you never want a negative exponent. It's just 1 over 6 to the 1st. 1 over 6. Okay? Number 8. Combine these together. I get 3 1/5 plus 1/4. I know you guys hate fractions, but you have to get used to them, especially if you go into pre-calc or honors pre-calc next year. I need common denominators. So, 4/20 plus 5/20. All I did was multiply top and bottom by 4, top and bottom by 5. I add them together, I get 9/20 times 8. Well, let's raise that power, so I'm multiplying these ones. Okay. I get 72 over 20. I can divide top and bottom by 4. 18 over 5. Okay. There you go. So you're just reducing those fractions. Again, I know that's a doozy of a problem. Take it step by step. You add the exponents, you multiply them, you go from there. Number 9. Okay. Top part. They're all same bases, so that's good news. Up top, I can add them together. 1/2 plus 1/2. Down low, it stays 3/2. 1/2 and 1/2 is 2/2. I know that equals 1, but I'm going to keep it 2/2 because now I'm going to subtract these two, and it's already a common denominator. So it's 2 over 2 minus 3 over 2. Negative 1 over 2. Okay. That flips it down low. I have 1 over square root of 8. Okay, I never want to square root denominator. I multiply top and bottom by root 8. So up top I get root 8. Down low I get just 8. Now you can break this down. Just off to the side here, root 8 can be broken down to root 4 times root 2, 2 root 2. If you need to see the work, it's right here for you. Okay, so I have 2 root 2 over 8. These numbers can be reduced down. Root 2 over 4. Again, I know it's a doozy of a problem. Take your time. You'll be okay. All right. Number 10. Okay, I have the cubed root of 2 times the 6th root of 2 raised to the 9th power. I'm going to rewrite this in exponential rational form. So I have 2 to the 1/3 power times 2 to the 1/6 power, all of that raised to the 9th. Okay, I can add these together. I get, let's see, common denominator would be 18. Top and bottom, I get 6 over 18. Multiply top and bottom by 3. 3 over 18. Let's see here. That gives me 9 over 18. Okay. And then this can reduce down to 1/2. So I have 2 to the 1/2 raised to the 9th. Multiply this in. 2 to the 9/2. And you can leave your answer like that, because there's nothing I can do with that. That'd be the square root of 2 raised to the 9th power. Alright? Okay. Number 11. Let's see here. I have, you multiply numbers outside the square root and inside the square root. Or, sorry, this is the 5th root. So I get 18 on the outside, 5th root of 128. Okay, using your 5th power chart, what 5th root can go into 128? Well, the 5th root of, 2 raised to the 5th power gives me 32. So I could do this. 5th root of 32 times 5th root of 2, 128 divided by 32 is 4. What's the 5th root of 32? Just 2. Multiply those together. 36, 5th root of 4. Okay? Alright. Good. Now, number 12. Cubed root of 35 over 16. So, I can break down the bottom part. What perfect cube goes into 16? 8. Twice. So I get the cubed root of 35 over 2 cubed root of 2. Alright, you guys can get here, I'm happy, but I want you to try this. What can I turn 2 into to get it to become a perfect cube? I can turn it into 8. What do I got to multiply 2 by to turn it into 8? 4. So I multiply top and bottom by cubed root of 4. Up top, 4 times 35 is 140. Down low I get 2 times the cubed root of 8, because 2 times 4. Well, good news for us, the cubed root of 8 is 2. Cubed root of 140 over 2 times 2. Cubed root of 140 over 4. I got my answer. Alright? Alright, again, feel free to pause this, ask questions as you go. Number 13. I'm going to basically break this up. I'm doing x 3/4 minus 7/4. That's all my x's. I'm going to do y to the 3rd, and I don't have any y's down low. And I do z to the negative 2/5 minus my bottom, which is 8/5. Here, 3/4 minus 7/4 gives me negative 4/4. Y to the 3rd stays the same. Negative 2/5 minus 8/5 is negative 10/5. Okay. This breaks down to negative 1. Stays the same. This breaks down to negative 2. All the negative exponents I send downstairs. The y to the 3rd stays up top. X, z squared. Alrighty. Okay. Moving to my back. Number 14. I'm going to show you guys a shortcut here. What perfect cube goes into 48? 8, and it goes in 6 times. I'm going to leave this all just the same underneath here. Cube root of 8 is 2. Alright, here's my trick. Look at your variables. I need to have a cube root of 6 over here. But how many times can 3 go into 5? 1 time, remainder 2. How many times can 3 go into 9? 3 times, remainder 0, so I don't put any in here. And then how many times can 3 go into 16? 5 times, remainder 1. Done. Okay? I know it's a little confusing having z to the 5th and the cube root over here. Just make sure you're keeping them separated. So that's your shortcut. Number 15 is exactly the same. Okay, I can just multiply everything on the outside, so keep the 3 out here. And everything on the inside now I multiply. 8 times 4 is 32. X to the 3rd times x to the 6th. I add the exponents, x to the 9th. Y to the 10th times y to the 5th, y to the 15th. And then z to the 7th, z to the 8th, z to the 15th. Okay, what perfect fourth goes in 232? Okay, that would be 16. I'll left with 2, x to the 9th, y to the 15th, z to the 15th. 4th root of 16 is 2. Okay, this all stays the same for right now. 3 times 2 is 6. Alright, how many times can 4 go into 9 for my x? Twice. With remainder 1. How many times can 4 go into 15? 3 times. Okay, with remainder 3. How many times can 4 go into 15? 3 times. With remainder 3. Okay, so for as complicated as that is, it's not too bad. Alright, moving right along. See if I can get these done for you. This is actually the easiest part of the entire test. You guys will be fine on this one. I need to get this by itself. Divide both sides by 3. So I get x plus 1 raised to the 4/3 equals 16. To get rid of the 4/3 power, raise both sides to the 3/4 power. Left side cancels out. The 4th root of 16 raised to the 3rd power. Okay. Because this is an even powered root, I need plus or minus. So x plus 1 equals, the 4th root of 16 is 2. And then 2 raised to the 3rd power is 8. Subtract 1 over. Okay. My two answers are -1 plus 8 and -1 minus 8. 7 and -9. Okay. If I take a look up here, okay, up top, if I plug a -9 in, I get -8 here. The cube root of -8 is -2. -2 raised to the 4th power is 16. 3 times positive 16. So it still works out to be 48. These both work. Okay, no, I don't have any extraneous there. Alright, number 17. Add the root 2 minus x over. Cube root rather. I can cube both sides. Now because that 2 is chilling out front, I got to cube that first. I get 8. And then when I cube this cube root, I get just 10 minus 3x underneath it. Over here I get just 2 minus x. Distribute this in. Sorry, I'm just running out of time. I can only make 15-minute videos. Add the x over, or rather add 24x over. Subtract 2 over. 78 equals 23x. X equals 78 divided by 23. Okay? 18. Subtract 1 over. Square both sides. X plus 8 equals 4. X equals -4. If you plug it back in, it will work as well. Okay, 19. Divide both sides by 2. Raise both sides to the 3/4 power. Okay, x equals plus or minus the 4th root of 64 raised to the 3rd power. Here I have to do 64 raised to the 3rd power. Just to show you this one, I'm probably going to give you nicer numbers than this. Okay, and then I play around with it to figure out which perfect square goes into it, or perfect fourth rather. You're going to find that the 4th root of 256 goes into it twice. I'm left with that. Again, just to show you guys an example of this. And this gets me plus or minus. This is 4 and 4. Okay. I was trying to get this all done in one shot, but I'm just left with number 20. Alright guys, I'll explain number 20 in class. As always, keep the good work. Good luck. We're all counting on you.